Hey, what's up, folks? How's it going? This is Abhijit here, and welcome to Devops Challenge Jam. So let's start with today's interview question. So today we are going to have a short interview questions on connecting to AWS EC2 instance. Connecting to AWS EC2 instance. So here, let's say like you have launched Linux instance or you have launched Windows instance, and how do you connect to it? So if it is a Linux instance, how do you connect to a Linux EC2 instance using SSH? So we connect using pane key, username, and public IP address. Right. So, for example, this is the pane key I have created. So, when you are launching instance, you create a pane key, and then you can connect to the instance using SSH minus I pane key. Ubuntu is the username. At you can give an IP address, public IP address directly, or the DNS name. Right. So, using that you can connect. Like here, I'm granting SSH minus I the key, and then Ubuntu at IP address or Ubuntu at DNS name. Okay, so next question is how do you connect to a Windows EC2 instance? So again, it's almost same. Launch the EC2 instance, Windows EC2 instance, and but you have to open the port, RDP port, and after that, uh, you need to get the. You don't use pane key to connect. You get the password. You get the password RDP file. You download the RDP file, then decrypt Windows password using your private key. Right? So you decrypt like you upload your there will be like get password option. Click on the get password and then upload your key, and it will be like you'll be able to get your password. And using this, you'll be able to connect to the machine using RDP. What are the prerequisites before connecting to EC2 instance? So before connecting to EC2 instance, you have to open the port. You have to allow in the security group. You have to allow SSH port number 22 that you are allowing incoming connection at port number 22 because SSH is done on the port number 22, right? And RDP is port number 3389. So instance must have a public IP or elastic IP. So you have to open the port and instance must have a public IP or elastic IP. We'll come to later, like without public IP also we will be able to log in. So how that is possible, we'll see that later. Next question is what happens if you lose pane file? So if you have lost this file, then what will you do? Here I'm able to log in because I have this file. But if I don't have this pane file, will I be able to log in? No, because this is like your authorization, right? If I don't have this, I won't be able to log in. It will give error, right? Permission denied. So if you lose a pane file, it means that you won't be able to SSH into the server. AWS doesn't allow re-downloading your pane key. Same pane file you won't be able to download from AWS. So if you have to recover, what you can do, you can create a new key pair, create a new key pair in AWS, stop the instance, detach its root volume, attach this volume to another instance, then mount and modify this path, home SSH, authorized key, and add new public key, right? So if I connect to this, not this one, if I like again, if I connect to this instance and if I go to .ssh, then I can see that that is the authorized key. So here, this one I can modify and add my new public key. Then detach and reattach volume to the original instance. And then start the instance and connect using PM files. So basically like you are attaching the volume and then reattaching, then attaching it to some other instance, mounting that volume and modifying that home/ubuntu.sh authorized key. You are providing the public key, the new public key. Since you have the new public key now, you'll be able to reattach your old instance and you'll be able to connect it. Alternative option, AMI is backed up. So if machine is running and then you can you are not able to log in, just backup the AMI, whatever you have installed and all the configuration, it will be backed up, and then you can launch a new instance. Let's say you have installed, like it's Ubuntu machine, you have installed your application server, you have modified the configuration, you have installed a lot of software packages. So you can create an AMI backup, and then you can launch a new instance. Using backup, you launch new instance. Can you connect SSH into EC2 instance without public IP? Without public IP also, it's possible to connect to instance. So ways to connect is, like for example, you can use Bastion host or jump server. So what it means, the Bastion host, it has a public IP and private IP. It's on the public net, it's on a public subnet, and developer connects to this using public IP, logs into this, and from this it does SSH into private IP. So database it should not be exposed to the outsider, means outside network. Only maybe like some front end will connect, or through Bastion server also we can get inside it. So log into this using public IP. Then from here you log into this database server using private IP. So via Bastion host or jump server, public IP on Bastion, then SSH into Bastion, then SSH into private EC2. There is also AWS System Manager. So instance must have ASM agent installed, attach proper IAM role, and then no public IP address needed. You can use Session Manager on the AWS console. That way also you can connect. If you go to connect, there is a EC2 CL console also there, and you can connect to Session Manager. If ASM agent is installed, then you will be able to connect to your instance without SSH key or Bastion host, or opening any inbound ports. Without opening any inbound ports also you can connect. So just you need to install SSM agent. Okay. I have not installed this, so that's why it's agent is not online. Otherwise, if I would have installed, then it would have shown online and I would have been able to connect. Session Manager. Then EC2 instance connect. Okay. This is the remote server connecting EC2 instance connect. Public IP is this. And using this also, we can connect. Okay. Let it go. It's establishing connection. It's connecting. So they are the refund option for that. And also you can, if you have through VPN, virtual private network or direct connect, you will be able to connect. So private EC2 reachable over internal network. You can connect. SSH works if the within the same network. So a direct connection also can be there sometimes. And let's go to the next question. How would you connect to EC2 instance in a private subnet? So private subnet means it's a private IP, the same as before, what we have discussed earlier, like through Bastion host or public and a public subnet or AWS systems manager, session manager, etc. Like you can connect. At least we have already discussed. What tools other than SSH or RDP can you use to connect or manage EC2 instance? That also we have seen that the AWS session manager, EC2 instance connect. Right here we have connected using EC2 instance. Connect. Let's close this one. So that way also you can connect. And what? So AWS, this is other tools. So system manager, AWS EC2 instance connect you can use. How can you improve security of EC2 connection method? How can you improve the security? So don't use password based connection. Use always key based authentication like PIN key or VPK key you can use. Rotate the keys regularly, like maybe you can change it every month or something like that. Disable root login via SSH. Don't allow root login. So I was logging into Ubuntu at something like. So I was not using root login. I was logging using Ubuntu at IP address. This is the for Ubuntu. Normally with the You can use a Bastion host. With Bastion host, you can log in it. You can, so that will be more secure. So it will have private IP, and using Bastion host, you can log in. And Bastion host can have limited IP. Don't allow everyone to access that. Give set of IP addresses. Let's say your developer role is accessing and admin is accessing. Give the IP address of that too and access to that machine. So in the security group, you can mention that I want SSH connection to this port only from this IP address or this range of IP addresses. Currently, I have mentioned 0.0.0.0. That means anyone from anywhere in the world they can access, but access my machine. But that's the kind of that's a security risk. So I have to restrict that. Then you can use system manager to avoid SSH altogether. SSM, but you have to install the SSM agent. You can restrict SSH access using security group. Only trusted IPs you can specify in the security group. Right? Only trusted IP you can specify in the security group. And enable multi-factor authentication. These are like other security things you can take care of, like multi-factor authentication. When you log into dashboard, you can have multi-factor authentication enabled. So I have installed the Google Authenticator. So every 30 seconds, it changes the one-time password, time-based one-time password algorithm. So it's based on TOTP, which uses a shared secret key, and every 30 seconds it changes. It gains 6-digit code. So once you sync up, like you log into dashboard and then you type in the 6-digit code, and it changes every 30 seconds. The operating system software should be up to date. In an EC2 instance, there should not be any security vulnerabilities. Apply patch, security patches apply. Right? If it's a Windows machine, apply antivirus software, etc. I mentioned install antivirus software. Or Windows and Linux machine also you can harden that running. Monitor logs, set up CloudTrail and guard duty for alerts. To see any suspicious, you can get alert. So these are the way you can secure it. Right? Restrict IP addresses, rotate key regularly, use key, disable root of access direct, monitor logs, update the OS with security patches. Which port, let's go to the quiz section now. Which port must be open in the security group to a Linux EC2 instance via speech? So port number 22. Okay? Port number 22. What file format is used for private key when connecting to an EC2 instance using SSH? So we use PIN key. PIN key we use to connect to EC2 over instance. We can also use PPK, like if it is a Windows machine, or if it are doing SSH from Windows PuTTY, that is also possible. Which method is used to connect to a Windows EC2 instance? We use RDP. RDP by port number 3389. What you are unable to SSH into your EC2 instance? Which of the following is not a likely reason? Which is not a likely reason? Security group doesn't allow port number 22. Yeah, it could be a reason because port number 22 we have not opened. That's why we are not able to log into. We are not able to reach. Incorrect key pair used. The public we are not using the correct key pair. The public private key pair. The public which one used. I'm using some different private key. Public IP is missing. No IP address. Public IP address we are trying to access. So these three all are valid reasons, but this is not a valid reason. I am role not attached to the instance. So correct answer is D. So that's it for today, and hope you like this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and also follow Devops Challenge App page. I organize quiz and contest daily. You can participate in the contest and also follow the WhatsApp channel for more updates. Thank you for watching this video. See you again in the next video.